Literally, hi honeys, we're in Shiloh Kia, and of course welcome back to the channel. So literally I'm starting the vlog very early in the morning.
God. As well. So I think I will introduce myself after this session. Okay. That is what I usually do. It's not time for you to introduce. I know you know each other. It is only me who doesn't know you, meeting you for the first time. You are meeting me for the first time. So, where is our teacher, our tutor? The tutor has to be around. Tetanus, yellow fever,
Whooping cough.
whooping cough, she mentioned it, cervical cancer, tetanus, hepatitis B, and influenza, Haemophilus influenza type 2. So that one is within one antigen, and it is called a penta vaccine. Then another one, we have the pneumococcal vaccine for pneumonia. Then we have the rota vaccine for rotavirus. Then you have the measles, rubella. We used to have measles, but now it is a combination of measles and rubella. So it is one antigen. And when you are administering it, you should tell the mother that I'm giving you 2 vaccines in one injection, which is measles, rubella. Another one? No, for us. In the government setting, we have measles and rubella. Measles, mumps, rubella, we don't have it, but it is there in the private setting. Yeah, and so that one is a combination of 3 antigens. But currently, in the government setting, we have measles and rubella. Should we raise questions after?
Yes.
Okay. B is oral polio vaccine, and the dose is 2 drops in the mouth. Then the IPV, which is the inactivated polio vaccine or the injectable polio, the dose is 0.5. Are we there or we are not there?
0.5.
Okay. Then we have the sites. You know the sites?
Yes.
So the site for BCG, the site for BCG,
Right upper arm.
okay. The site for BCG is the right upper arm. Each antigen, each vaccine has its site for easy identification. Because usually I tell mothers to show me those sites. I just tell the mother before the session, please, not the right arm, the left arm, the right thigh, the left thigh. Because if the next time she's bringing that baby, she's not bringing that baby here and going somewhere, maybe they will ask her, where was the baby injected? So BCG is given on the right upper arm, kind of right upper arm. Then the oral polio vaccine in the mouth. Then the pentavalent or DPT, that one. Where do we give it?
The left upper side.
The left upper outer. Yes, left upper outer. Okay. Not the left inner. The left upper outer side. Which other vaccine? Withdrawing the vaccine, it will stop at 0.05. Exactly. 0.05 is where it will stop. And I can volunteer and try it. IPV. So 0.5. It is also marked at 0.5, and that is exactly what you will give. And its needle is different from this one. This one is smaller, and this one is 4 IM. Which other antigen? We have the MR, measles rubella. Measles rubella is given subcutaneously. You know the subcutaneous layer.
Yes.
So for the MI, the intramuscular, we are going to go in like this, deep. Which angle? We give an 90. So this one, for measles rubella, you don't go 90. You go with 45, and you give. For rotavirus vaccine, we have already talked about it. For the HPV, we have not talked about the HPV. The HPV is also 0.5 intramuscular on the upper arm. HPV, who is asking? HPV, who knows what HPV is?
Human papillomavirus.
Human papillomavirus. It's given to boys 10 years. Okay, it's given to girls 10 years. Yeah, according to the Ugandan immunization schedule. But I hear even those above 10 years can be given, but the government only affords girls of 10 years. So my friend, according to the Ugandan schedule, we don't give. You have never done it. Now we have the intervals. Because we are not going to give it today, then tomorrow the mother comes back. So the intervals, that is the period before the period between those vaccines, the injectables, the orals. So the intervals, each antigen has an interval. For BCG, that one is given once. That one has no interval. We don't repeat it. And another thing about BCG, if a child comes after 1 year, remember that child has already been exposed to tuberculosis. Have you learned about tuberculosis, mode of transmission? Yes. So after 1 year, we have to do a mantle test before administering the BCG. So, have you gotten it?
Yes.
So BCG has no interval. It is given at birth or first contact. Another one? Let's come in order. OPV, oral polio vaccine, is given at birth with BCG.
Yes.
OPV or OPV 0 or polio 0, we call it polio 0, that one which is given at birth. But with the polio 0, once a baby exceeds 2 weeks, we don't give polio 0. You shall get to know the reason why, and remember to ask me if I have forgotten. Then we have given polio 0 and BCG at birth. Then the next, we are going to give polio 1, OPV 1, or polio 1 at 6 weeks. When the baby is 6 weeks, that is when we administer polio 1. We are also going to administer DPT, FB, HIB 2. We call it 1 also. We are also going to administer, what else are we administering? Pneumococcal or PCV 1 at 6 weeks. We are also going to administer Rota vaccine 1. So that is at 6 weeks. Now we are going to intervals. The interval is always 4 weeks in between. 4 weeks in between. In between the DPT1 and the DPT2. So if our baby has come at birth, we have given the polio 0, we have given the BCG. You tell the mother to come back when the baby is 6 weeks. If you are able to calculate, please calculate for the mother and put the exact date she's supposed to come back when the baby has made 6 weeks. Are you bad loves? Are you suffocating? Okay, after 6 weeks, we tell the mother to come back 4 weeks from 6 weeks. Those are 10 weeks. At 10 weeks, we are going to administer the same. And we will call them 222. Okay. OPV2, PPG2, Rota2, and PCV2. Then we give an interval still of 4 weeks. 4 weeks, and those will be 14 weeks. 14 weeks, you are going to give the same. 3. OPV3, Rota, no. About Rota, sorry, it's good you have mentioned it. Rota, the current we have in Uganda, the Ugandan setting, the Uganda institutions like Mulago and any government institutions, we only give 2 doses. 2 doses. We give 1 at 6 weeks, and then we give 2 at 10 weeks. But in the other facilities, private facilities, you might find that the type they have is for 3 doses. But currently, the type we have in Uganda, we give only 2 doses, and it's better you explain to the mother, because even these cards, they are not yet updated. You will find that there is Rota 3, but you take your time and you talk to the mother that when she gets the second dose, tell her that's all. Where else? So those are, we are now at 14 weeks. So we also have inactivated polio vaccine. We give it at 14 weeks. So when the baby comes at 14 weeks, we are going to give 3 injections. We mentioned something about the sites where we give the 2 injections on one site. Which was that? The sites, yes, we are giving IPV, but which site? Right upper outer thigh, 2 centimeters from his stomach. So you have to explain to the mother. In fact, these days, even over the radios, they are telling them we are going to give 3 injections. Better you talk to the mother before you give the 3 injections. So IPV is given at 14 weeks. So from 14 weeks, we are going to tell this mother to come back when the baby is 9 months. We are giving measles rubella from 9 months. So at 9 months, the baby will come back for measles rubella. And the kind, you remember to thank this mother for completely. Those are the intervals. So we have information to the mother. These are antigens. These are injectables, injections into our bodies. There are some side effects, minor, moderate, and major, but you have to talk to the mother that the baby is likely to get fever, and they should know what the mother should do. We don't encourage mothers to give painkillers, although they do it, but you are supposed to give the right information, and then she makes an informed decision. So explain to the mother that if when the baby develops a fever, please do take this sponge. Take this sponge. You take this sponge. There could be pain at the site. Of course, that one is expected. About the fever, if that fever persists for more than 3 days, that mother should come back to the hospital for further management. You heard of measles rubella? the campaign which was there, so many complaints were raised. So some babies might develop fever, rashes, conjunctivitis. Talk to the mother so that when the baby gets such side effects, she's aware that it is the vaccine which has caused. And if they are adverse, they should come back to hospital. Should we go ahead? That is information to the mother. Now we have these vaccines. Fine, we have mentioned all of them, but how do we keep them? How do we store them? How do we get them? Okay. I've talked a lot, people. Come also talk. At least you have some idea. How do we get these vaccines? And the coronavirus is coming. If I have it here, then you are all gone. People, vaccine. How do we get it?
Some vaccines are put in fridges. They advise us to keep them in cold conditions in the fridge. Others are for room temperature.
Okay. That's good. Have you heard?
Yes. Yeah, actually, self-transportation from the manufacturer up to the final user. Getting in mind that measles and polio vaccines are always requiring extra cold temperatures. So, especially put near the compressor.
Okay. You are discussing something. Okay, cold chain. I think you have heard of cold chain.
Yes.
We are sorry it has been just and we have not dusted it there. So cold chain, these vaccines are very sensitive. So we have to maintain their potency. It has to be maintained right from the manufacturer up to the recipient,
To the final user.
up to the baby who is going to get it. So we have to maintain the temperatures. So who knows the right temperatures for our vaccines? The right temperature? Tell us. Okay, the temperatures, the correct is +2 and +8. Between +2 and +8. So that is the temperature we have to maintain our vaccines. Right from the manufacturer to the plane, up to Entebbe, to the main store, up to the sub-stores, up to Mulago, up to the clinic vaccination area. We have to maintain that temperature of +2 and +8. +2 up +8. +2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. +2 +8. And we are going to ask you this. Is it in Fahrenheit or centigrade? Centigrade is the analog type. And among those vaccines, we have those which are heat sensitive, and then we have those ones which are cold sensitive. So by heat sensitive, I mean we don't keep those vaccines down in the fridge. Our fridges are always into 2 compartments, the lower and the upper. So those ones which are cold sensitive, we put them in the upper chamber, which we assume is always not very cold. Remember your fridge at home, you have a deep freezer and so sometimes the deep freezers are down and the other one is up. So we have vaccines which are cold sensitive, and those ones are cold sensitive. The ones we keep in the upper chamber of the fridge. We have DPT of the meta vaccine. We have the HPV, human papilloma vaccine. We have the IPV, inactivated polio vaccine. We have the tetanus. By the way, we didn't talk about tetanus. Did we talk about TT? No. You forgot. I remember. And these days we no longer have TT in the Mulago National Park. No. These days we have TD, tetanus diphtheria. Tetanus diphtheria. But that one is not given to the under 5s. Because remember, the under 5s get it in the vaccine. So these days it's no longer TT. Please go back and tell you what it is. I don't know whether it's still there. It is tetanus diphtheria. It is TD. And that one is given intramuscular. Mainly given to which group? Sorry? Now, okay, pregnant mothers. To the adolescents, we have an adolescent clinic here. And you know that we didn't talk it. The dose is 0.5. The interval is 1 month between the TD1 and the TD2. Then 6 months between and the TD3. Then 1 year. Back to the cold chain. So those ones which are cold sensitive, we have said that you put them in the upper chamber. Then you have those ones which are heat sensitive. Heat sensitive, we have all polio vaccine and BCG. So those ones are stored in the lower compartment of the fridge. Okay. Any questions about the cold chain? About the cold chain? And in those fridges, we have thermometers. Because sometimes temperatures vary from day to day, from child to child. So you need a thermometer to check, to monitor. For us here, we have fridge tags. We have fridge tags. When I open, I check. And we are not supposed to open those fridges for a long time, because when you open them for a long time, the temperatures will go up and the vaccine will get spoiled. Then on those vaccines, if you don't have the fridge tag, we have what we call vaccine viral monitor, VVM. There is, I don't know whether you can all access that. So that is the VVM. That thing in purple. Unfortunately, I don't want to waste those vaccines to show you. So that one shows you whether your vaccine is still patent or not. When you see that white, are you seeing that white square? Is it a square or rectangle? It's a square. That is number 1. That is stage number 1. That vaccine is still okay. You administer it. Then we have stage 2, where the inner square is starting to fade. That one is stage 2. The vaccine is still okay. You can give. Then we have the other stage 3, whereby the inner square is invisible. The whole thing is now purple. You don't give. Then we have the other one where the white square has turned into purple. This card, don't give. So those were the VVM is indicated on some vaccines, and it is either on top, on the lid of the vaccine, or the sides. So those ones which are on top, that is for BCG and the measles. Those vaccines are considered are considered inviolable after 6 hours of opening. Kindly, after 6 hours of opening, for example, if it's now 10 o'clock and I open it, remember the BBM is on top, I've opened and I've discarded it. So there's no one going to monitor it. Those and CCD, measles, rubella, and BCG. For these other ones, these ones are mild doses. You can open it today, you use, then it remains, but maintaining the cold chain. These vaccines are not left outside. They are always in their respective carriers. Those are vaccine carriers. Those ones, these ones, they are vaccine carriers, and we put ice packs to maintain the proper cold chain. So for those viruses, those vaccines which have their BBMs on the side, you can use the monitor. By the way, you can keep it in that carrier and then it gets spoiled somewhere, I never know. But you have to check on the BBM. If it is still okay, then you add this. If it has faded, then you discard. Okay. Now I want questions only. I ask you, you ask me. And you are not asking me, you are asking the whole class.
Yeah, about the cold chain, last part, this is about the two. That is self-transportation and temperatures. So we also talked about the skilled health workers to give it. When someone confined to the skill, like now me I've got the lesson from I can now go and
Who can answer that question? Have you heard? No.
Which level of training should a health worker have to use or to offer that type of vaccine or immunization?
After acquiring the skill. Answer, who is answering here? Another answer, another response. Which level? We don't have levels. Now you came from higher school, I don't know. You joined that institution. Which level will you be able to apply the knowledge and the skills you have got from that institution? And the skills you have gotten here today, what you have learned here today, does not qualify you because you are now doing it theoretically. So you have to be practical. This is water vaccine. This is TD. This is IPP. This is our fridge monitor. You see, ours is automatic. So now if you come, like you have come, you just check here. You check here. It's even showing you the date. Today is 30th of January 2020. You check here, you are seeing 3-3. So that is where we chart. So this one is a multi-dose you give. You put it back, another one comes, you put it back. That fridge tag you see, and I take. Today, like there we saw it was at 3 for it, what? 3? So that is 3. We put it in this line. Are you seeing the normal? Then this highlighted, if the temperature are there, then the vaccines are spoiled. If they are below 2, they are spoiled. Here, and here. Someone was asking how we maintain it, how we maintain that cold chain. So that's how we put it. And on top, we put a sponge. Unfortunately, but when they come for practicals, they will see the sponges. We have the sponge.
So literally, you guys, we are just from one of course, the cold chambers, cold kind of part where they store vaccines. Literally, I've been showing you around. Make it a point that you subscribe if you're enjoying the video, and of course, comment something in the comment section below. What was your best moment, of course, throughout the lab?